Good morning, everyone. Michael Venezia, the head trader at TradeView Markets, is the TradeView Market site with our various branches, if you will. So as our routine, if you will, we're going to go to TradeGate Hub. We're going to sign in. I'm going to log in. Coach gave a beautiful on the top right there. Coach gave a nice webinar this morning that I watched a little bit, but the market opened in the middle of it. The market was open during the middle of Coach's webinar, so I'm going to go back and watch it later. I certainly would suggest everybody else. Okay, it's June 23rd, a little after 11 o'clock a.m. It's Wednesday. Keeping in mind that we're coming up to the end of the quarter here, the market has had a nice run. I would have a feeling, I'm not calling a top because I don't have to. The rotation is really what's important. You know, it's not every day my market has my screens have not been all red or all green. It's not like it's not a one-sided market. As Jim Cramer says, there's always a bull market somewhere and a bear market for that matter. So with that being said, keep in mind the stocks that have ran up nice into the quarter. You know the names. We'll go over them in a minute. And I'm not talking the Wall Street bet stocks. Actually, you know what? People might want to have those off the books. They might come into a little bit of pressure at the end of the quarter if people are holding them. I don't know. There are only a couple, as you know, AMC and GME that really move, or quality, if you will. So my point being is that today's Wednesday. I believe next Wednesday is the end of the quarter. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little profit taking. I'm not saying reversals. I'm not saying it's over. Certainly the markets, include the Nasdaq's at the highest, and one day doesn't make a reversal, and picking tops is not the way to go. That's hard money. Hard money is not fun, believe me. All right, let's go to my stock page and indices page. I post them every morning. Good morning. How are you? Please get familiar. Watch Mike Santoli.
Business, it's never just another day.
You get the picture. If you're listening, if you're on TradeGate Hub, you know what I'm doing, and you want to watch Mike Santoli every day. That one went to a commercial. I probably watched it too many times that they forced me to go to commercial. That's how much I like his videos. So every day do that, with or without me. You got to watch Mike Santoli. Next. Okay. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with a couple of my trader friends yesterday. I thought after yesterday's action that the tactical sentiment, if you will, would have been more in the red. And that would lead us to believe that the market's up a little bit this morning, the rotation, keep in mind, has been prevalent still. But I thought the whole market in general would be a little bit extended. Pardon me. Hitting bids in the morning. Okay. Take a look at this. The commodities, as I've said it before in the main room, I think Coach backed me up on it, if you will. The commodities, meaning golds and oils especially, gold already had its correction or pullback. Here we have crude, my bottom left hand here, making new highs. So, commodities are crowded trade. So I wouldn't be surprised if the commodities would continue to go, but the stocks may continue to rotate or pull back, if you will. So the top three crowded trades at the moment are commodities, materials, and banks and industrials. Ironically, industrials, as I jump ahead here, where's industrials? They're overbought. They're oversold. I mean, industrials. Where are they? Trust me. Yeah, industrials are right here. They are oversold at the moment. And that's evidence to today's movement. So when they're oversold and they're crowded, I bet you they're going to be selling the rally. But we'll get into that after. Tech, we still like it, and you should. It's making your highs. Again, you get the picture. There's the picture to disseminate the information. Once again, there's a picture of all our sectors and the relative strength. Once again, relative strength is not a trading. It's not the only trading vehicle. It is a tool I use One day I'm going to come up, or actually, you know what? I'll do it at the end of this week. I'm going to tell you exactly my process and tools that I use. It's basically what I'm doing now. It's what I post, but it's a little bit more in a process, if you will. So here's yesterday's top option trades. You can't see them at well. I have to blow them up. There's Spice. Naturally, look what that's doing today. I put the picture in incorrectly, and I apologize. As you know, Roku again making highs. Roblox. Bitcoin recovers. Cow names Under Armour best idea. Keep that in mind. Every day I post the ARC trades with Kathy. She's been on lately, by the way. Yesterday's mover. This is all you need. Now, if it's too busy or too loud, the team and I have been cutting down on the amount of colors to stop making it look like a casino will, and a little bit cleaner. But certainly, I'm gonna write this down, although I don't have to write it down because that's in the back. DDD has been in the back of my mind for the past 24 hours, so I don't know why I have to write it down, but I have a process. Plug. All right, so DDD had 1,000% of its volume, a huge range. It was up $8. It actually opened up 50 cents and it closed near the high. Who's better than DDD? Another one, CRWD. We love actually in the long-term account, as everybody knows, NTNX. That's the automaker stock that has parts for Tesla and NIO and everybody else. Piton, Jwin, Roku, WGO had earnings. It reversed in Spice. So right like then, you want to do an exercise or take something like this. This is how I started, although mine was on a piece of paper and I'm actually still doing it to this day. Take the top 5 to 7 stocks that you like. And by the way, there's about another 8 to 10 stocks on up and down on each query, if you will. There's more than just the 12 or 14, 2 for 16, 14 you see there. So I take the 5 to 7 best I like, top and bottom. So I would take Plug, I would take DDD, I would take NTNX, I would take Roku, I would take Spice. I didn't want to take WGO because they had earnings. On the flip side, XPEV, which did not work, it happens. CAR, but by the way, keep it in mind that the NASDAQ and the market's making an all-time high. So your short list should be few and far between. You don't want to be calling a top. So, and I'm not saying that out of a convenient statement because some of these shorts did not work. The short list should be small unless you're told that you should be short the market. Or as Tim would say, showing some relative weakness. The whole place is predicated upon that, and it works. With that being said, there's large range with 2% movers. The bar shows what's near the high. Volume today in terms of shares, relative volume. Here I put relative volume on the list. So GBR, actually I was long that the other day. Thank God I sold it for a loss. I sold it at 8. Great sale. I put my ego aside and it was a loser. But I'll stop patting myself on the back. Gappers up million, big poppers. And by the way, where's this screen share? I have to let me sign in this thing. Hold on. Here's my list. That's not my only page. Let me see. That's not my only page, just this one page. I have alert list. Right now, what's going on? PDD turbo breaks up. And you know what? PDD, to no surprise. Hold on, let me go back. I have to go. You know what? I'm going to start just changing it. PDD. I'm sure we got PDD. I'm sure if it's there. PDD, more July buying there. PDD bullish, PDD bullish. So there's option flows. And I'm trying to show you, because by the way, I'm not even in stock. This is not a pat to him. I'm not patting myself on the back. This is to show you that this stock's in play with, as of 11:16 a.m. Eastern, it's got it's got more, 120% of its volume in half a day's trading near the high, and it's got news and range. So I'm writing it on the list. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe I don't take it, but it's something I should look at. So let's go back. You know what? Let me pull back to, I'll just go back to TradeGate, right? TradeGate Hub right here. Let me see if this is still sharing. Screen 2. Share. Okay. Hang with me, guys. I'm a trader. Doesn't make an excuse. I'll get better. Okay. So there was the list right there. No, let's look at DDD, Plug, all those. There was news on XPA and XPIF, which drove the rest of the sector higher. Here's a quick look at 7 in the morning on the movers. There you go. Some of these have volume, 1.3 million. XPEV opened up because of news. So you knew that LI was going to open up. There's Riot, Mara, NIO, Jax. Those are stocks are in play. They're there. And on the right-hand side, it's more in real time. And by the way, these were early in the morning. Here were CLOV, ALF. By the way, ALF has been the hot stock, if you will. So what I'm saying is there is I gave the pre-market movers, Winnebago earnings. I even give you as of 8:06 stocks trending in Wall Street bets. This is what they're looking at. By the way, write those down. That's what's in play today so far. And I updated again the movers as of this was 2 hours ago, as of 9 a.m. And these were the movers. Some of these ENTX at gap up. Which one did we play? Clove worked. XPEV, as I said, got stronger if you compare 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And TRCH and ALF, which were these rotate. I told the guys this morning, Torch and ALF go together. There's no surprise that they're both down precipitously, and I'll use that word. So with that being said, buckle up, drive safely. How you doing? Also in the main room is where everybody else posts, including the coach. Stocks is predominantly myself here. So I'm going to go to the room in a second, or my screen in a second, but I don't think I'm done doing our exercises, or if you will, going over what's important. Hold on a second. Let me go back to the share screen. Share screen is paused. New share. What happened? Resume share. We got it. New share. Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay. Trade GitHub. So you're sharing. Where's this thing? The little icon. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here we are. Here's the main page. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Share. So here's the main page. Always go, you know what I do also? Because I also have the mobile action. I go to my stock room. Oh, I just got a question. Stock room, it's going up, percent change, up and down. Gives you the volume, percent change. Beautiful. Crypto as well. We give you all the charts, top news, market movers. This is, but the bottom line is, instead of showing everyone my Twitter feed or any type of bar chart or chat room, the objective here is to get it into a one-stop shop where all you do is you sign on to TGH and that's it. I think I got a question. I'm getting excited. LPI held the gap. All right, Loop. All right, let's get into some questions. We have no problem with that. Loop was active this morning. Okay, that's a good question, by the way. All right, so it's positive that as you want for a stock that's up. Hold on a second. That's up 32%. And this is the way I look at it, and I'm sure I'm not alone. First of all, Loop broke it closed at 1320, opened at 1382, made the nice move to 50. So that's the line in the sand, 1549 there. This is the accumulate area, if you will. By the way, it could have capitulated on a short-term basis because, as I always say, volume tells the story, and to no surprise, the block of 500,000 was at the top of 1850. I don't know if it's over. It's certainly not extended. Bottom right here with an RSI of 76. This is on the list. I mean, this is the top. This is the long-term line in the sand. And on the weekly, it's a little bit extended to, you know what? I don't know. It depends on how much we're going to look to get out of it. Yeah. Listen, over 1840, I'd buy more. Hold on. And by the way, I'll show, I said, I tell you what I do to show my homework. So this is what I would normally do. So if I'm interested in Loop, well, hold on. Let me go to Loop. We have right here, extreme volume, 52-week high. It's number one on the list. So that was a good question, Geo Day. Good question there. So let's get back to, so I would go right this. I would go, so obviously it qualifies, even if I don't even have access to my Twitter feed. So I'm going to Loop. and I'm looking at relative news. Briefing.com to me is a guy that felt, yeah, obviously he's relative news. Shorted loop, that guy's out. Block him. This guy's shorted loop. We're gonna block him. What is he, out of his mind? Block him. That's what happens when you get shorting loop. I used to do that, and that was hard money. Timmy Ferguson, pivot investor I watch. And you know what? This is actually, you know what the loop is? It's a Fibonacci situation at this point. Time to buy loop is around 1653. It is nicely off the high, but that's still taking a stab. And every time it does pop, it finishes. This is a little bit, it looks a little bit busy. It holds in the middle of the range. Yeah, it's going to go. It could go. It has. It's more likely to go than not. That's a good question, and it's on the list. What else? Where's TradeGate Hub? I have too many screens open. Loop, no. TradeGate Hub. We'll sign back in. Tuya, LTK. LPI's oil. I tried to buy that yesterday. LPI, good question. You know what? LPI 1, 2, 3, 4. LPI probably continues, goes up another $0.50. It would be fifth day up. You never buy the fifth day up. I'm not saying to short it. On a weekly chart, it's testing the 200-day at 84. From a technician standpoint, especially since crude is extended, it's got a little bit. It's not for me. I'm calling. It's not for me. Maybe it goes to like the 85 option expiration strike price, and that's it. I would have loved to have been it early. I mean, the place to buy it was right here. No one what oil was doing. The place to buy it was at 68, put a trailing stop in it, and then it came with the volume. Good question again. What was the other one? The other one? What's the other question? Jesus Christ. TradeGate Hub. There I am. Tuya. I don't like the symbol TUYA, but I'm not going to be. I'll put my ego aside. TUYA. Ugh. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. It made the move yesterday on big volume, the most it's had, and today it's made the bigger move it has on lower volume. Not for me. This is a stock I wanted to go long. KFY. It did not work. I was interested in this, but then I saw it had 750,000 shares. It's not over, but we got to get to some charts though. Oh, let me on to the questions because we listen to the people first. I got more windows open. Forget about it. LPI, good question. Loop, that's on the list. What else should be on the list? Star. Star can be on the volume. You good? Not bad. I mean, it's got 1 million shares. What are you going to do with Star? All right. Yeah, it's got a little bit more to go, but it's got a little bit more to go. You got to coddle it. ENTX, the star of the day. I wouldn't short this with that guy's money, whoever I blocked. Move's been made. ENTX. No, I'll tell you a stock that I came in long and I was very disappointed it didn't work. I still am. WWR. I came in a lot of it. Now, see the moves it makes here. It's a low floater. Yes, it is. It's a low floater. The only thing I didn't like is they had good volume, but it closed above the 200-day, and it's geared. It's a battery stock, and the sector has been good. QS pop. They picked the wrong one. Look at QS. This thing was up like $1.50. I could have been someone. QS, but I picked the wrong horse. It happens. So I picked WWR. I thought it still had more to go. WWR looked good to me because after the stock went from 430 to 568, it only opened down like 10 cents. And I thought that was a good sign of relative strength. But I got out of it. Going forward the rest of the day, though, I got to get going because it's actually very busy. I'm getting paged here or pinged here, whatever you call it, I think. What else do we have? GM bullish. Oils, HFC, bullish. Marna, no interest. What else is going on? Well, KFY. Like it seems like all the predominant flow here the past 12 minutes from an outside looking in has been oil stocks, to no surprise. So then I do is, well, it's 11:30, it's lunchtime. I don't do much now. So then I'll go through the list, what's moving, what's near the high. I position, as you can see, I can go what's near the high, what's near the low that's been strong, NTNX. CPE is near the low. That would had a nice gapper. QS, as I just said before, thank God. XPEV, it's only up $1.90 now. Maybe the market's getting beat. Turbo breakdown, NOV not good. Western Dig is near the high. Why not? So what it says here is that they're rotating again. Oils are getting sold off. NOV. So listen, go to right here. If I want to see something, we'll go to stocks. So please, to get, go to the main room. I'm going to take a break. Oh, we got more questions. Am I correct to say if you don't like it when you get a large move relative to? No, if it goes back down on low volume, it's good. I wouldn't average down on low volume, but volume tells the story. I predicated my whole life around that. I've adapted to it different styles, but that's what I'm going to stick with. So, you know what? You want to find resumption trades or stocks that are resting or that might move from the day before. Go to the early game, the moves from yesterday. Compare that to today's list. Simple. Come up with a plan. We're setting the table. You know what I mean? It's up to you to find your style and do what's best. But until then, it's approaching 11:30 Eastern on Wednesday. Keep in mind, the VIX is still relatively low. Not a lot of stocks have been reversing, so it's not really an average down type of market because just like Roku and DDD and NTNX and Microsoft lately and Shopify, they've been going up. You know what I mean? Sava's been good. So until then, I'd love to take any more questions in the room. I'll answer them later. Have a plan, trade well, and be prudent. Have a good day.